Would you rather run as fast as Gandalf, the wizard, or as fast as the Flash from DC Comics? I'll give you just a second to think about it. Perfect. 90% of you were correct in saying the Flash. Now, just like the Flash, Magic the Gathering's got a bit of a need for speed starring Aaron Paul. Unlike in other games like poker or Uno, where you can expect an orderly fashion, a turn order, everybody getting their turn on the swing, so to speak, Magic the Gathering has a bit of a timey-wimey situation. This video isn't about interaction, removal, counterspells, basic, and expected. No, what I'm talking about is the cool, fun, crazy stuff you get to do on somebody's end step. The real juicy meat. I'm going to put this in terms everybody can understand, but you got to bear with me real quick. This came to me while I was falling asleep on a lot of melatonin. So, everybody knows Mario Kart, Nintendo. Let's say we're racing on Rainbow Road. You'll see I'm stuck at the start. Everybody's making a lot of headway. All right, they're throwing shells, they're slowing down, they're stopping, and there I am still. But right as someone's about to round the bend into the finish line, suddenly, boom, there I am. Now, you might say that's not that big a deal. You would have been there anyway if you were racing at a normal pace. But that's where you'd be wrong. You see, I dodged all the blue shells. What I mean to say is, by using our Dragon Ball instant transmission technique, we dodge a lot of scary stuff. Board wipes, the really bad ones, creature enter the battlefield triggers that could hurt us, or even sorcery speed removal. We dodge all of it. And as the saying goes, Rome wasn't built in a day, but in Magic, it could have been built in somebody's end step. Welcome to an unhinged guide to playing your turn on someone else's. Now, before I walk you through building the Colosseum on somebody else's turn, let's talk about castles and cards. Card Castle, the sponsor of this week's video. What does the Terminator and RoboCop famously have in common, besides being dudes made out of metal? It's the sweet, sweet red laser vision scanning powers that they both have. And what do you have? A bunch of magic cards sitting around, lying around. You don't know what you have. Well, thankfully, Card Castle is there to help you. Basically, you don't even have to explode like RoboCop. And that's a big selling point. Because basically, you can just scan all your cards, then they're digitized into a big library. And you can watch the price go up. We got price tracking. This thing's got everything. And the best part is, you get a free month of the night level with my link in the description down below. But don't take my word for it, because as their famous catchphrase motto always is, if a cat can scan, so can you. And that's Card Castle, baby. Check them out in the description down below. Let's move on. So you want to play your turn on someone else's. Well, you're going to have to pick how you're going to do it. And let me be honest, blue is going to be in there. I'm sorry if you hate blue, but we're at a bit of a two roads diverge in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both because we have a bit of a choice. Our first option is Tinkerbell-style fairies with Alila, Cunning Conqueror. When you cast your first spell during someone's turn, you make a 1/1 fairy rogue. Good. Nimrus, Una's Trickster. When you cast your first spell during someone else's turn, you look at the top two of your library, one in your hand, one in the graveyard. Nice. And Obira, Dreaming Duelist. This guy's got flash, and whenever another fairy enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses 1 life. And guess what? The fairies, they love to come in at flash speed because flash is awesome and what this entire video is about. Doing everything on someone's end step, it's sweet. The other option for commanders are the Wizards of Speed and Time. I want to watch this movie, by the way. It's from like the 70s. Dudes like Calomax, giving you your first instant spell on someone else's turn, a copy of it. Gandalf of the Secret Fire. You cast it on an opponent's turn, you get 3 time counters on it instead of it going to the graveyard. Also got Sashimi, the good fish guy, except they're an elf. This one is a fish, and he gets a discount on the first instant or sorcery spell. Also got Gandalf again, giving sorcery spells flash. That's good. All these wizards add a lot of shareholder value, card draw, removal, etc., but don't provide as much fun as having fairies on the board. Because let me be honest, flash is awesome. Everybody loves the flash. Hexproof is good. Haste is good. Now, what if I told you that flash gives your creatures both of these keywords? You can't target what isn't there. It's basically hexproof. And you get around summoning sickness by playing them on your opponent's turn right before your turn starts. And trust me, it's from WikiHow, so it's legit. Now, fairies are not mandatory. If you're sort of a Gargamel type where you hate small blue things, we got Ephara, God of the Polis. Basically, flash creatures give you card draw because at the beginning of each upkeep, if you had another creature enter the battlefield under your control last turn, you draw a card. That means you just flash in a creature equaling a card draw. It's pretty good. We've also got Yeva, Nature's Herald. You may cast green creature spells as though they had flash. This is going to give you more flash than those old timey photographs that like use the phosphorus. And look how bright that is. That's a lot of flash. And of course, the goat, Vidalcan Orrery, a 4 mana artifact that just says, hey, you can cast spells as though they had flash. Doesn't matter. Creature, non creature, enchantment, instant, sorcery, all of that. There's also Leyline of Anticipation, which you can just get for free if you diamond hands it into your opening hand, and you can just cast anything as though it had flash. It's pretty sweet. Now, besides jump scaring our opponents like we're Five Nights at Freddy's by instantly building a Lego Millennium Falcon right in front of them, there are some really cool payoffs for having flash. There's Fairy Tauntings to taunt your opponents. Whenever you play a spell during an opponent's turn, you may have each opponent lose 1 life. We've also got Cunning Nightbonder, 2 mana for a flash creature itself. Spells with flash cost 1 less and can't be countered. That's amazing. That's what we want. And Slither Wisp, 3 mana. Whenever you cast another spell that has flash, we draw a card and each opponent loses 3 life. That's insane for 3 mana. I love it. Now, we've also got Errant and Giada, where you can look at the top card of your library anytime and cast spells with flash from the top of your library. Who cares about the flying thing? Sweet. Love that. There's also a bunch of really cool stuff that just happens to have flash. Portal Mage is one of my favorites. 3 mana for a flash 2/2. When Portal Mage enters the battlefield during the declare attacker step, you may reselect which player or permanent target attacking creature is attacking. Insane. Love that. You just get to puppet someone behind the scenes. Cool. Aboleth Spawn. 3 mana. Whenever a creature entering the battlefield under an opponent's control causes a triggered ability of that creature to trigger, you can copy that ability and choose new targets. So all those enter the battlefield removal stuff, now you get to have a copy too. Sweet. Selfless Squire, amazing, can save your life. 4 mana flash, enters the battlefield, prevent all damage that would be dealt to you this turn. And whenever you prevent damage, put that many +1 counters on Selfless Squire. Really sweet. But what about the Chads, the game changers? Obviously, Notion Thief. If someone is going to draw more cards, you draw those cards instead. Orcish Bowmasters, everybody knows. If someone's going to draw a card, you draw instead and basically do damage and make orcs. And Opposition Agent. If someone wants to search their library, you get to search their library, I guess. It's crazy. These guys are busted. There are about 800 cards with flash in Magic the Gathering, and about 385 of them exactly are creatures. That's insane. That's like so many decks you can build with just flash creatures. I love it. It's sweet. Renari, Merchant of Marvels, gives dragon spells flash and artifact spells too. Gandalf gives sorcery spells flash. Teferi gives creature cards you own that aren't on the battlefield flash, and each opponent gets no amount of flash at all. Tidal Barracuda gives every player flash, except they can't cast it during your turns. Valley Floodcaller, non-creature spells have flash. Wizards of Thay, sorcery spells now have flash again. It's like Gandalf, but more with Gandalfs. And that's it. That's all of them. Except, I lied. There's more. Wrath, Capuchin, Ship's Mage, historic spells have flash now. Sally Sparrow, creature spells have flash now. Najal, Stormrunner, sorcery spells have flash. Hypersonic Dragon, sorcery spells have flash. Gandalf says legendary spells and artifact spells have flash now. Kian, Corrupted Memory, sometimes gives non-creature spells flash, and sometimes give creature spells flash. Very nice. Liberator Urza's Battlethopter gives colorless spells and artifact spells flash. And of course, that's all of them, I promise. Except, we're going to be moving on to the fact that I lied again, because Final Word Phantom gives you flash on your opponent's end steps. Heliod the Freak gives spells you cast flash, and they get a little bit cheaper. It's cool. Arlen, you can uptick to give creature spells flash. And Alchemist Refuge and Emergent Zone, you can do land giving flash. That's dope. Prophet of Crufix, 5 mana, untap everything. And you can cast creature spells with flash. Insane. Rattle Chains and Breath of the Sleepless give spirits flash for some reason, even though there's not that many spirits. Whatever. And Singer of the Swift Rivers. There's a lot of cards, guys. Merfolk spells have flash now. Woo! I'm done, I promise. Except I lied. Sonic the Hedgehog was revealed today as of me making this video. This dude loves flash. Because now when creatures you control with flash is dealt damage, you make treasure, and treasure is good. And you get to make them stronger, because you got to go fast. Insane. So, what's our plan? Obviously, land, pass. Except I lied. No, wait, actually, No, that is our plan. Because while your opponents are engaged in the cartoon fisticuffs with each other, you're sitting on the sidelines looking pretty, with no board state for them to interact with or wipe at all. And they might see that and want to bring you in on the beef and start pounding on you. That's when it's time for the mind games to begin, the psychological warfare. An opponent will learn to fear the portal mage or portal manipulator once it's sent their jumbo cactus into the Stargate, never to be seen again. Or maybe the surprise weeping angel, touching their creature on the shoulder and saying, "Hey, bud, time to visit the library. Get your library card. You're going back in." Now, all that to be said and done, they'll be thinking twice about swinging on you. They never know what you're going to flash in on them. A scary angel, a portal mage that makes them swing into the death touch team, it doesn't matter. It's crazy. You can also hit him with the propaganda, ghostly prison, windborn muse, pillow fort, etc., until they're all tapped out and it's their end step. Then you hit him with the on your left, bum 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 bum, flash in, evolving wild, sack it on their end step just because. Slither Wisp, now they're losing life and you're drawing cards. Stunt double as a copy of the Slither Wisp because you're a freak like that. Jin Gataxis Core Augur, for some goddamn reason, he also has Flash. Boom, all of a sudden, you're winning because Flash is awesome. And this strategy is very feasible and strong, and I love it. And it's basically like having an extra turn. You move your turn from where your turn is to someone's end step right before your next turn. It's like you have two turns because you cast a bunch of stuff, then you untap, and then you get to cast a bunch of other stuff. It's really sweet. It's like you're Zawardoing stopping time. What's not to like? That does bring us to the end of the video, though. So if you liked it, leave a like. If you subscribe. Shout out to my patrons on Patreon. Thank you so much. Please come and support me. I would very much appreciate it. Shout out to all these guys. You're helping the dream of a little avocado boy. All right. And of course, I've got a Discord linked in the description with the Patreon link as well. It's free. You can join it. It's awesome. It's open to everybody. And yeah, if you like this video, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.